Alright gamers, I have been neglecting the Brawl Stars subreddit for a bit too long. It's been a couple weeks, I think, since I've last just kind of went through it and the most modern stuff. My Twitter series has just been carrying me recently because I look through posts and then I bookmark the genuinely interesting stuff, so then there's none of this boring stuff to filter out. And stuff like this, I probably wouldn't bookmark. Like, the first post on the top of this week on the subreddit is just saying, I hate this mode, to the Godzilla City Smash event, which, fair enough, most people do. And I understand why people do, because in general, people are just saying that's very boring. I agree, Godzilla is extremely weak. It doesn't feel special to pick up Godzilla. And most of the time, it kind of just feels like a heist base race. And that's usually what happens when they try modes like this. Listen, it's better that they try modes like this and they fail than for them to not try at all. So eventually it will work properly, they'll get it right, and it'll just be awesome. But for now, it's another experiment that failed a little bit, but it's still moderately fun as a little mini game. I think a problem that people have is the fact that you lose trophies from it, which is a little wild. You lose trophies for the whole event though, like even mutation modes, you lose trophies and they block you out of playing the game normally, which is probably annoying a lot of people as well. A Chester rework idea. This is not one of the brawlers that I think needs one, but I'll hear you out. So nerfs slower reload speed and less damage, buffs 4 ammo, more health, and Pop Rock's range is 1 tile larger. I mean, yeah, that super is pretty bad. Now Bellomania would just be part of the base brawler, so he would have 4 ammo and 4 bells. That is a massive buff. And I don't think that these nerfs are going to compensate for that at all. Now Sneak Peek would be a mythic gear. That would actually be pretty good. Yeah, both of his star powers honestly kind of just don't make sense to me. The single bell stage will have a random negative effect on the enemy. While that would be fun, I think people would hate that. A silence, poison, slowness, stun, steal health. Yeah, that would be really fun, but I don't know. I feel like you're just trying to make Chester overpowered because I don't see very many nerfs happening here to compensate for these insane buffs. There's a 5% chance that the damage taken by Chester would be reduced by 40. What are all these random buffs? Like, what's going on? Buffing that one. Piercing. Slow down enemy. Dude, this isn't a rework. This is just making him broken. I'm sure that some of these ideas are pretty good, but it's just way too much. Like, slightly slower reload speed, slightly less damage, 4 ammo, more health, 4 shots, always, Sneak Peek mythic gear, every single effect on a single bell, a chance to just not take damage and make his enemy take damage. A hypercharge, buff this one, buff that one, buff that one, buff that one. Would heal teammates This has got to be satire. Idea in game feed. It's not satire, guys. Not to say that I don't appreciate these posts. I do, a lot. I think that they're really interesting. This one is just way too much. Who remembers these? The offense, defense, and utility bars for each brawler. So, like, if you don't understand what this means, like, if you click on Shelly, it would probably say offense all the way up, utility all the way down, and defense, like, in the middle because she's got Band-Aid. But, yeah, apparently these are gone. I didn't really know that. I thought that they were still there, but I guess at some point they deleted them, which is a little sad. I wonder if sometimes they were, like, inaccurate, or they just got tired of it, or they thought it was useless. Who knows the reason why, but apparently these are gone now. Edgar ranked gaming. You already know it's going to be horrible. There's genuinely not a single good Edgar player in the world besides, like, probably Crying Man. Even if that. Like, I don't know how you could be good as Edgar because he doesn't have any skill cap. Like, yes, juking is part... Okay, he's not doing anything. I understand now. To be fair, this is the proper thing for him to do in this case. But the Edgar pick is still hurting his team. Like, if he were to go in, Edgar is such a horrible brawler, especially in modes like this. Like, why is he playing Edgar? But I guess that's the whole point. He's so horrible in these modes that, like, there's no reason for him to go in because he will die or he will get a kill and then die. Therefore, it's not really helping their team at all. Yeah, it's so funny. Like, why even pick Edgar, bro? But it's not one of those things where Edgar is fundamentally horrible because he still works in some places and I feel like he's too popular for Brawl Stars to want to rework him. But all I know is that at some point there was a rework going on because somebody on the team publicly said that they are thinking about adding a new evasion mechanic to Edgar, and I don't think that's happening anymore. And that would have drastically improved his skill cap because I'm assuming that, like, the evasion mechanic was if you dodge an attack, you gain super or something like that, which would have been very cool to see. Maybe a future brawler will get it though. Worst update ever. Okay, hopefully this is not the start of the downfall because it's been a hot minute since we have seen posts like this. This was posted 6 days ago. My sister's wedding versus mutations removal. I mean, the thing is, I agree. Like, it's not the worst update ever, but the fact that mutations are taking the game over besides in ranked is a problem in my opinion, but they're gonna be gone next month. month, so it's gonna go back to normal. It's not like this is something that's crazy, horrible, like genuinely ruining the game forever, because yeah, it's gonna be gone. I mean, it's just the fact that it's annoying a lot of players at the moment. Like, I think it's gone in roughly 6 days by the time this video is coming out to you guys. The chattest Mortis player I've seen today. Is he gonna do some dumb stuff? Oh my god, he's going back. Oh no. What is going on here? Oh, is he gonna actually go score it? Okay, that would actually be pretty cool. All right, buddy. You're just not that guy. Bro, I'm so lost as to what's happening here. Please tell me he goes up and scores it. Yes. Yes. Dodge her. Oh my god. Broski did absolutely nothing and then went up and scored for no reason. Gotta love how Willow can prevent teamers in Showdown. You know what? Yeah, that's a funny thing. I think the only problem with that is the fact that it takes her so long to get her super that she'll probably like die to teamers before she gets it normally. I think it takes like 4, maybe 5 shots for her to get it. And realistically, I feel like that's a good way to buff Willow if she's bad, which I'm assuming right now she's not that good of a brawler. So maybe they could buff her supercharge rate so then she can do stuff like this more often. Idea, a reward for collecting all 40 mutations. You get a title called Radioactive. You see, this is something that they could start doing with titles instead of just locking them behind only masteries, and then they also are now locking them behind masteries and the brawl pass, but they could probably do more, and I'm just gonna assume that they are gonna do more, but they didn't think of it with this one. This would also mean though that if certain players really want this title, or if it's like a collector, then you would need to spend like over $100 just to get every egg, and that is a little bit much. Wow, thanks Pearl Hypercharge. Hey yo, wait, it's not doing anything. Isn't the whole point that it does damage in that circle? The Tara's just walking through it. Dude, this is BS. Why is it so useless? They really probably just didn't have any time to code a Pearl Hypercharge, so they just like spawn a dysfunctional spike super under it. That's so funny to see. Like, why isn't it damaging her, bro? What's the point of it? How many of you got this modifier? See, this was posted 3 days ago, which is far after they made it a 1% chance of happening. I personally got it 1 time on my master push, and it was in Heist, and it was probably the single worst match of Brawl Stars I've ever played. Which gadget is normally horrible, but would be meta on another brawler? Speed loader on Colt is not normally horrible. I don't know what this post is getting at. That's like one of Colt's main things when he doesn't need to be breaking walls. But I mean, yeah, it would be broken on Mortis. And to be fair, any other slow reload brawler. But nah, like it's not even that bad normally. If you think about it, Squeakbuster Gale is the only skin that has 3 different brawler names in one skin. Squeak Buster Gale. That's kind of funny. I never realized that. I mean, I always noticed the Squeak one, but not Buster. Some of you guys find the wackiest stuff. Calmest Lily gameplay. All right, let's see. It's either going to be legitimately calm or she's just going to go crazy with it. Okay. Yep. Oh no. Right onto the Shelly? No? I mean, hey, it just seems like the average showdown match where one person gets targeted the whole time. And she's back. And she's going to leave again. Yeah, any second now, gone. Now they're just going for each other, and suddenly she's back, and now they're both going for her, and she wins. That's wild. Yeah, I've had some wacky interactions with Lily. There's some interactions that you really should not win that you end up winning for no reason. They fixed this. Wow, guys, this is insane. The hearts actually connect. I know that for a while they would just be slightly off-centered and people hated that, but Supercell W. This is so epic. According to this post, you only get 1,000 bling if you have all 3 Buzzilla variations. So in replacement of the green one right here, you just get not even enough, I think, to get a rare skin. To my knowledge, is it 2,000? I'm not sure. Somebody let me know in the comment section, but that's enough for a couple pins, I think. Why is this off-centered? You see, now that you pointed it out, I never want to look at this symbol ever again. It's actually worse than you think. So this bullet icon has a black outline on it, and that black outline is slightly peeking over this white right here. And dude, my Photoshop eyes just saw that, and I'm never gonna see this the same ever again. The fact that the stroke on this is just slightly peeking over and ruining that line. I can't unsee it. This game's unplayable. Appreciation for this guy. Humor and memes. Super Beach, winner of the day.
12 seconds later.
Bro, I'm so slow. This took me a second, but it's just the same map without mutations on it. I mean, to be fair, I would play the one without mutations, especially if it's for a video. I would just play this one over it. Mutations are so bad for content if you're trying to do anything aside from messing around with mutations. Then again, there's only a couple that you could even do. Like, I feel like they're kind of milked dry at this point with the Hank one, the Rico one, and the Ruffs one. Those are the only super crazy ones, unless I'm forgetting some. Why is it all limited? All mastery points collected for today. Daily XP completed. I mean, hey, you know what? It's a good thing to tell you to just go outside. There was one time when I actually finished my mastery points for the day and I didn't even realize it. So I played ranked a lot for that day, pushing the masters, and I probably got most of it from that. And then after that later, I was like, you know what? I want to get my kit mastery because a Mastery Madness event started. And I played that for about an hour, but all I did with kit is just sit there in showdown and get top 4 and then die. Most consistent way to push masteries possible if you want to do it AFK. I ran out of mastery at the start of that kit thing. So I spent that hour or two doing nothing. I achieved nothing for all that. Official Monster Eggs tier list. In S tier, we have legendary. A tier is epic. B tier, super rare. C tier is rare. You see, it's looking kind of normal so far. And then you got mythic and D tier. I feel like this is the same way people feel about star drops sometimes. I think the reason for this is because the mythic one in general gives you some like trashy cosmetic rewards like player icons or pins, in general stuff that you might not use. And then the legendary one has either the only chance or a higher chance to give you the skins of the event that are limited, and that's why mythic ones suck. It's really a shame that pretty much no one uses the kudo system. Thing about it is people do use it, but they exclusively use it to be toxic. Unless somebody makes a crazy play in a match, then they get some kudos. It's usually just toxicity, and the worst player in the lobby gets thumbs up like 6 times. You see, in other games, what they usually do is the kudos are kind of private. Like, for example, if you get kudos from other players, only you see it. So it'll be like, somebody gave you an endorsement. That's how most games do it, because they don't want to show who is clicking on who to everybody, because then everybody's going to gang up on one person. And in turn, what they can do with that, if they don't want people to gang up on people, is give you a reward for getting kudos, so you are not helping somebody for being bad. In its current state though, kudos are flawed in the sense that people are only using it to be toxic because it's not helping the person who's getting kudos. So if getting kudos even just gives you like a couple coins, at least you're getting money for being bad. But alright, that's gonna do it for today's Reddit video. We had some pretty cool discussions about Brawl Stars. Hopefully the kudos system gets that change that I just mentioned, because honestly, I think it would fix a lot of problems with people being overly toxic with kudos. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Have a good night.